Today, I'll be showing you the ultimate guide to comparators. They're one of the more complicated blocks in Minecraft, and today I'll be running you through everything you need to know to use them in any redstone build, and I'll even be showing you some of the maths that you need to do for comparators. Fuck me dead, maths in Minecraft. There is $1 million YouTube channel idea and something I'd never have to do in a game like this. Before we get into it, I just want to say if you liked any of the contraptions that you saw around it, it's probably on my channel, the tutorial. And wait, hang on, let me do this properly. Let's go third person. Let's turn that off and let's zoom right in so you can see my beautiful face. Alright, if you liked any of the contraptions, it's probably on my channel, and if you liked the video, please subscribe. I might make something that's helpful to you in the future, and it'll really help because I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. And that's all. Let's get into whatever video I'm making at the moment. So the comparator, unlike the repeater, it doesn't renew signals. You can use it to strengthen the signal. So if you have, say you have this thing here, it'll renew it. It'll push the signal to further than it should be. So as you can see here, if we come along here, there's a normal switch running into redstone going 15 blocks this way, and then it stops here at the 15th block. Where a repeater put on, I think, right in front of the 15th block will renew it by 1, but that technically extends it by 2. So if we have it here, see the light's on there, and then no matter where you put the comparator, I think I called it a repeater before, no matter where you put the comparator, it'll always renew it 2 more than if you just had normal redstone dust. So this is normal redstone dust here, and these are all 2 blocks further with the comparators at varying locations in it. And this happens because it takes the signal strength going in. So that let's start on an easy one. So this redstone dust will have a signal strength of 15, and so it'll take that and put out a signal strength of 15 as well, which means you pretty much plus 1 and then 2 blocks onto the existing signal strength. So if we put a piston down here and here, they both turn on, but only the first piston will turn on if I replace this comparator with redstone dust. See, it just adds 2 onto whatever line of redstone you're going in. Comparators have 2 modes. The normal mode, I forget what it's called, and then subtraction mode, where you pretty much you tap it, and the redstone torch on the end with 1 redstone torch, that one right there, you can see it, will turn on, and that does something pretty weird with the redstone signal that I'll get into. But either way, if we put a piston there, it'll still power it, whether it's in subtraction or the other mode that I forget the name of. And whether it's in subtraction or the other mode, it'll it'll still do the same thing, where it just adds 2 blocks onto the existing signal. Okay, now for the slightly more complicated part, and then for the actually complicated part. So first of all, when you have a comparator, when it renews the signal by 2, like we discussed before, but then it can also will not take signals from the side, but signals from the side influence it. So if it's, say we have a signal strength of 15, 14, so 14 is going in. And then if you have a signal strength of 15, if I flick this switch, that'll be 15, it'll turn it off. Because while the torch is off like that, I think any signal kind of going into the side while the torch is off, sorry, I just had to figure something out real quick. Any signal strength going inside, if it's stronger than the strength going into the back of it, it'll just turn it off completely. So see, we have signal strength of 15, signal strength of 15, 14. 14's bigger than 15, I hope, if I'm correct. But see, this one, 15, 14, 13 going into this side, because it does it on both sides. So if we have a signal strength less than 14, which is 13 right there, flick it on, it makes no difference whatsoever. but it does if we flick this on, and I will show you that in a second. It also, the repeaters will also influence it like this. So see the repeater, it's going straight into it like that. So repeaters also work, and of course repeaters renew the signal fully. So it'll be a signal strength of 15 straight away. And I am curious to see if that actually works. Alright, so it seems like while the torch is off, a switch going straight into the back of it trumps a repeater going into it. So if we just replace that with redstone dust again, the repeater, because it's stronger than 15, 14, so signal strength of 14 here, it's the repeater's going to turn it off because it's butted up straight against that. Also, that's going to turn it off because there is 15 signal strengths there. And finally, for the complicated part, I mean, it's basic subtraction, sorry, but it is, for Minecraft, I think it is pretty complicated. So if you have a signal strength of 15, 14, 13 going into the back, if you have the torch on the front on, and you turn it on and off just by, toggling it like that, it sort of, the repeaters, it's called subtraction mode, so the dust or the signal strength going into the sides kind of subtract from it. So say we've got 15 there, 13 going into there, and 15 going into there. If we turn it on, that'll turn off completely, because if you go 13 minus 15, it equals minus 2. And then, so if we turn that on, usually when it's off like that, that won't make a difference, as you can see. But then if we turn it on, that does make a difference. And it does power it because it's 15, 14, 13, 12. And so 12 minus 13 equals 1. So if we place something there, nothing will happen. But if we place it, I'll come around on this side, something will happen because there's one signal strength going out the front. If we replace this switch with that, then we'll go, then if we turn it on, it's 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. And then, so 10 minus 13, that equals fucking 3. That took me too long. So if we turn it on, there is three blocks of dust on, which is a signal strength of 3, which should power this one. Let's get rid of that one, but not that one, because there isn't 4 blocks of strength. Sorry if I butchered that explanation. I'm not a teacher. I mean, I'm not the best at teaching. But now for the sort of the easier part of it, you can rest your little noggin. So they also take power from stuff like this, and I'll explain all of them in a second. So I'll start with this one. Excuse me. If we have a cauldron here and it's empty, it's off. If you put 1 bottle of water in it, which you can see there, it's a bit dirty water, it will get a signal strength of 1. 2 bottles of water, signal strength of 2, and a full bucket of water in it, so full cauldron, signal strength of 3, and that's just pretty cool. It's useful sometimes. And then it can also take power from stuff like hoppers. If the hopper, if the hopper or chest or furnace or dispenser or dropper has something in it, if we take away this bottle of thingy, actually, that didn't work, let's put that out there, it'll turn off. And that'll be the same for that, and all of these with stuff in them. It needs to have something in it. And the strength of the signal, if we put that here, see how that's really low? The strength of the signal is determined by how full the container is. So if you have a full chest, it'll be a stronger signal. If you have an emptier chest, it'll be a weaker signal. And I can't remember the full, how full to get what signal. So that'll probably be on the wiki, and I'll link that down in the description below. They also take power from these things. I forgot what they're called. But if you put a book on it, it'll take power, and it'll increase the power every page you turn. It'll increase the power a little more. So if we turn, see 2 lights are on. If we turn 2 pages, this light will be on, and that one. So if we go 1, 2, 2, if I can click it, 8 out of 10. So it'll have a strength of up to there. And by the time you're at the end of the book, it'll have a full signal strength of 15. And that is very useful for traps on servers. If you want someone to read a book, and then every time they turn a page, the signal gets closer and closer to the trap you want until it turns on at around maybe the 6th page, then the trap will activate and you'll kill whoever you wanted to kill. Last but not least, they take power from frames. So if we have something in the frame, it'll take power from it. But not only that, this is a good part, and this can be used to make secret entrances and stuff. If you tap it, the thing will rotate as normal frames do. But every time you rotate, if we can look up here, the signal strength grows. So if I come along like this, put things along there, so the signal strength is up there. Let's just put something there and remove that, obviously. Every time I turn the frame, a new piston will pop up, because when you turn it, it strengthens the signal. And if we turn it all the way back, so that it's at sort of that degree, I forgot what the degree is. What is it? 360 minus 45. It can't be that hard. And then if we turn it all the way back, they'll all turn off because it returns to a signal strength of 1.